All of these concepts are designed to help to reduce or lower the noise floor within the system, and in doing that, the music should become more three-dimensional. All of these products are system dependent and do need listening to make sure that the system's moving in the right direction when you make these changes. So, ground box is connected. That's step one. So next one, I'm going to ground the audio circuit. So what I can do is actually ground the audio chassis.
Yeah, okay.
So we're going to go with the Apollo cable because I think that's the one that, balance-wise, this might be too heavy. We can try it and we can do it. We can do an AB on that for the purposes of test.
You just take a spare
phono socket on the back of the amplifier, plug it in there. Finger tight, just nipped up, that's it. No more than that.
Let's go to the Apollo cable, because that was start.
So all I'm doing is changing the ground cable. And this has a bayonet type adapter, so if you change your system, you can buy a different adapter. And they just literally, he says trying to now get it back on without his glasses on by Phil, they just bayonet attach it on. If you are an ardent, huge audiophile, you would actually buy them hardwired.
What I've got with this is the tilt. My bass has gone back, my mid-range has gone back.
Yeah.
I prefer the other cable to that one, the fine cable.
Okay. Yeah, this is what I'm saying about.
Might do classical.
But it's the pop music, it's too aggressive.
Yeah.
And that's what I was saying about is that some of it is to do with the mass of the electronics. So if you're using the Griffins, that works because the Griffin's got huge mass and you need to pull more, it can store more energy, so you need to move more energy away. The Hagel's a lighter amplifier, physically lighter, so its capacity to store energy is lower, and therefore you can use a lighter cable to be a little bit more delicate. It's not right or wrong, it is a preference.
So to me, that's Olympus cable. Okay, what I got there was bite. There was a lot of bite to it. So, you know, like the Beatles' Eleanor Rigby with the close string.
Yeah.
It's that. I'm getting that. But I got that at the expense of the bass.
Okay.
I have to say.
This is where I would normally say, go out for the day, come back tomorrow and listen to it again. Let that settle.
It's like a tilt control. It's now taking it. That to me is more flat response.
Okay.
To my ears.
Perfect. And the system. Yeah, so slightly more neutral, whereas the Olympus cable's bigger, and it's not. But that's. I do like this balance. It's a good balance. lift the amp, slide it under, and the idea being that it basically absorbs magnetic and RF into the shelf and dissipates it.
Yeah.
So anything that's being generated, in this case,
wherever audio transformer in the middle of those Hegels.
Yes.
Big,
yeah.
They haven't really.
So and that'll have a big field around it.
Yeah.
So we're trying to take that away from the circuit and alleviate some of that going back into the amplifier and then being re-amplified. The other thing the shelves do is if you have a stack of equipment, it's like putting a block between them.
So you put a shelf between each?
Yeah, so you can have one under the CD player, one under your streamer, one under your amplifier, one under the preamp, one under the power amp, whatever. You can have multiples of them. And if they're stacked as they are here, you've got a direct route how electricity is going to do that thing round eddy currents, and it's kind of stops one. If you had a stack, which we don't here, we're lucky, so that's a benefit you've already got. It just stops the interference between one product and the next. Leave that to settle for a bit. The other thing I would potentially do on this is where I've connected the ground to, that's connected to two painted surfaces, which ain't great. The power unit you've got in the corner, I'd love to put that on some still points.
Okay.
So this is the baby one. The next model up has a bigger helix of ceramic bearings.
Yes.
And the next one up has 5 ceramic helixes built into it, and the next one has 6, and the next one 7. So each time you add them, you actually have more absorption capability. And like everything else we've said, you don't want the really heavy still points under light equipment because they over damp or they over egg the pudding, for want of a better expression. So it's about working out the mass of the product and then working out which components and the number of still points that actually works the best. So on the Hegel amp, if I was doing that, I would probably put 4 Ultra 1s underneath it. And what you're trying to do is stop energy down from meeting energy going up.
Okay, so should there be a bearing?
No, that's internal.
Oh, it's internal, right.
And then it moves, and when it's not being held, it's wobbly. As soon as you put it under compression, it locks out.
Yeah.
And it decouples the bottom from the top.
Right.
So energy moving down shouldn't hit energy going up. And energy that goes into the still point should be dissipated within the product. That's an LPI record clamp.
Yes. I've seen those, yes.
Yeah, very cool.
Yeah.
So again, that has 5 pockets of tech which sit on the top of the record and take the energy away from the top of the record. I've used them on Avid turntables to great effect, just replace their screw-on puck. Much easier to use as well.
Right.
One-handed. And we're going to go mad. Ultra 6 with an Ultra bass.
Okay.
So that has 6 pockets of technology, and I reckon if we put one under each end of the power strip,
okay,
that will work quite nicely, and you won't have to fiddle around. The whole still point itself is wobbly, and as soon as you put the weight on it, it'll just put it under compression, and they'll start to do their job.
Right. Okay. It's obviously had time to settle now.
That sounds louder.
Sounds loud. It sounds better than it did before. The voltage has dropped by about 2. See, it says 234 volts.
Yeah.
It was 236, I think, when we started.
Isn't that bizarre? I'm not going to say literally. I'm not going to put it down to the still points underneath that block yet. But the thing to do would be to listen to it for a little while and then take just those out.